Welcome! In this playthrough of Marvel Champions card game, we have Captain Marvel taking on Loki God of Lies. So for our hero setup, I've kind of gone over how I constructed this in a previous video. I do have a limited card pool, so I'm using the core set, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the first 4 hero packs after that, and I also threw in the Wolverine pack, so very limited card pool. We've got Captain Marvel with a thwart of 2, attack of 2, defense of 1. Ability rechannel as an action, spend energy resource, heal a damage from Captain Marvel and draw a card. Hand size of 5, hit points of 12. Alter ego side, recovery of 4. Commander as an action, choose a player to draw a card and a hand size of 6 on this side. Going with aggression, we have 2 power of aggression. Then for some allies, we've got Hulk, Winter Soldier, Sunfire, and Tigra. Then we've got Bambino, 3 Relentless Assaults, 3 Out of My Ways, and 3 Uppercuts. Moving on to basic, we have our 3 dual resources, a Helicarrier, Mockingbird, Nick Fury, and 3 Haymakers. And then setting up for Loki, he's got some different things going on. So first we're going to start with the main scheme, Worlds Collide. That's going to set up our contents, and I'm playing just standard. We've got Loki God of Lies level 1. And standard encounter sets, and they recommend the Trickster Magic modular set. So I've got that set up here. So we've got the God of Lies cards, the Trickster Magic. Now 4 of those are going to have our hero side on it. We're going to set those aside. Basically whenever we defeat the corresponding minion, we'll be able to put the corresponding ally in play. So we've got those, our standard cards, and then our obligation. And then for setup, create a separate game area for each player group. It's just me, myself, and I, so that's just one group, still one player. Each group follows the instructions on Mischief and Mayhem 1A. We'll get to that here in a bit. But on the back side, our main scheme, it's 2 per group. 1 group, so 2 is the threshold here. Each player icon on Loki God of Thunder, God of Lies, counts the total number of players in all game areas. And each of those symbols on the icon on this scheme counts the total number of groups in all pods. So there's just 1 group. Cards cannot affect this scheme or Loki God of Lies unless they refer to those cards by title. And if this stage is completed, the players lose the game. Then we have Loki God of Lies. If he has 10 or fewer remaining hit points, starting with 20, we flip this card over. And then we're going to reveal the standard, or for each group in standard mode, attaches or set aside intense focus to the avatar Loki in their game area. And that is going to be this card, giving +1 scheme and attack, and some additional health. And we'll discard the top 2 cards in the counter deck and 5 cards of each player deck. So Mischief and Mayhem. After resolving Worlds Collide, put a random avatar of Loki villain into play. Set each other avatar of Loki villain and the Shatter of Illusion card aside. We're going to put each synergy environment into play, which I'll need to pull back out of there. And in standard mode, set the intense focus attachment aside. In expert mode, it gets attached. So we've got this set aside along with the Shatter of the Illusion. So when a fading figment is revealed by defeating one of the avatar of Loki's, we're going to remove each shatter counter from it, then deal damage to Loki God of Lies equal to the number of shatter counters removed this way, which in this case is going to be 5. Swap the fading figment in play with a random set aside one, then set the hit point dial of that avatar to its printed hit point, which I think is 15 for each. Yep. Then deal each player a face down encounter card. And then on the back side of this, got a threshold of 8. So force to interrupt. When this scheme would be completed, remove all threat from here and place a threat on Worlds Collide instead. And force interrupt, when an identity would be defeated, change that identity's form to alter ego, set its hit point dial to 1, and place one threat on the world's collide instead. So that means we can go through this twice, or die twice before losing, or one of each. Since our threshold is 2 on that. And we will randomize these in just a bit. But basically, when defeated, we're going to put 5 counters on it, flip it over, and that triggers this to deal 5 damage to Loki. And we're going to put a counter on one of the environments in play, which we will see here shortly. All right, I found them. And yes, this is my first time playing this scenario. So, Feigned Retreat, so it's got max of 1 counter on them. An identity would take any amount of damage. You can remove a counter from here to prevent 4 of that. This one, when a friendly character attacks, remove a counter to deal 4 additional damage. When a friendly character thwarts, remove the counter to remove 4 additional threat. And remove a counter from here to generate 2 wild resources. Okay, shuffling up our encounter deck to get ready for Loki. And let's see which one we have. So we've got 4 options. So we'll bring in my D12 that goes to 4. And that's going to activate the first one, which is the Rascal. Schema 1, attack of 1. After you resolve a boost card during his activation, if that card is a treachery, either deal it to yourself as a face down encounter card or spend a resource of any type. Set those to the side. And then see what Carol will start with. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Haymaker, Relentless Assault, our Helmet, gives us +1 defense, Energy Channel, a Helicarrier, and Out of My Way. I think those 2 seem good. Everything else is Hulk, Photonic Blast, Mockingbird, and another Blast. Alright, first thing, we're going to use our ability to draw a card into a Genius. Put our Energy Channel into play. It's an action, spin X energy resources, put X energy counters here, and then as a hero action, discard Energy Channel, deal 2 damage to an enemy for each energy counter here to a max of 10. Then we're going to go ahead and flip over. And bring in the Hulk. So can't thwart, but he hits for 3, 5 health. After he attacks, discard the top card of the deck. If that card's printed resource has whatever symbol, it's going to do some different abilities. And we're going to go ahead and swing for 3. And top card is Energy, which deals 1 damage to each character. Down to 11. He'll take 1 plus his consequential, and we also take 1. Then we will swing for 2. Then we're going to bring in, torn between the Helicarrier. I want to bring in Mockingbird, but we're bringing in the Helicarrier for 3. Exhaust it, choose a player, reduce the resource cost so the next card that player plays this phase by 1. And that's going to be our turn. Drawing up to 5, got an Interdiction, a Haymaker, Uppercut, Strength, and the Bambino. So for Loki's turn, we'll get that. Then he's going to attack us for base 1. We're just going to take it. It's a minion. So 3 damage coming our way. Then our encounter card. We're getting ganged up on. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So we'll get hit for base 1, 4 this time. That hurt. Okay, back to our turn. Well, let's see what Hulk does this time. Swings for 3. Hits everyone for 1. Takes him up to 4, and we go down to 3. So I think we're going to use her ability to discard an energy to heal 1 and draw a card. Torn between using that over here or setting up for some overkill. We're going to make our next card 1 cheaper. So bring in the Bambino attached to a shield. Oh, we're not shield yet, but we're going to be. Make our next card 1 cheaper. Flip over. Now we're shield soldier. Attached to a shield character. While attached to an identity, this card gains restricted, gets 3 ammo counters. It's an interrupt when attached character makes a basic attack. Remove an ammo counter from here. This attack deals 3 additional damage and gains overkill. And use her ability to draw to Alpha Flight. And we'll use that to pay for it. Exhaust it, discard a card from your hand to draw 1 card, or 2 cards if you are Carol Danvers, and we are. So we'll pitch that to draw 2. Power of aggression and energy absorption. Then we're going to spend each of those to put 6 counters here. Anything over 5 is overkill. Then we're going to heal for 4. And end your turn. We'll go ahead and keep that. So we get 5 more cards. Cosmic Flight, Energy, Photonic Blast, Winter Soldier, and Out of My Way. For Loki, we'll put that up. Scheming for 1 plus nothing. But it is a treachery. So let's go ahead and put the 1 up there. Since it is, come on. Either deal it as a face down or spend a resource of any type. We will spend that resource. It's going to be physical. Then our encounter card is a Minotaur. Schema 2, attack for 2 for health. Comes in tough. When revealed, if there are 5 or more treacheries in the encounter discard pile, he activates against you. 1, yep, just 2. So not activating. When defeated, place 2 shatter counters on Avatar of Loki villain. So back to our turn. We are going to choose to draw a card. Energy channel, okay. Then we're going to discard a card to draw 2. Tigra and Nick. Then I'm going to heal for 4. And flip over. Then we'll play Nick. Let's see. Making him 1 cheaper. So we're going to spin those 3. 4 to 2, attack for 2, 3 health. After your enters play, choose one, remove 2 threat from a scheme, draw 3 cards, or deal 4 damage to an enemy, and at the end of the round, if he's still in play, discard him. So we are going to draw 3 cards into an Uppercut, Relentless Assault, and Power of Aggression. Then we will have him attack to get rid of Tough. Then the Hulk is going to attack for 3. And that deals physical, deal 2 damage to an enemy. We will do that up here. And then he is out. Then we're going to Relentless Assault. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If you paid for this card using a physical resource, it's going to be 2 physical resources. This attack gains Overkill. So 1 goes through here, the rest goes through there. So we're defeating both. First, when defeated, place 2 shatter counters on the Avatar of Loki villain. So get 2 on that. And then, when this villain would be defeated, place 5 counters. And flip this card. Then we do the Shatter the Illusion, and then choose a group in your pod, then place a synergy counter on their unified front environment equal to the number of players, which is going to be 1. So our unified front, we can spin a counter or counter from it to generate 2 wild resources. And I'm just going to sit that down here. It's easier for me to tell what's going on. And then our Shatter the Illusion. Remove each shatter counter from Fading Figment, which is 7. Deal damage to Loki equal to that. So we're going down to 13. Swap the Fading Figment and play with a random set-aside avatar face up. Then put it up to 15 health. So we've got 3 more left. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be Loki the Knave. So after you resolve a treachery, deal 1 damage to your identity and a damage to an ally you control. Not a fan of that one. Then we get a face down and counter card. Not a fan of that either. But what I am a fan of, we're going to spend all those to deal a max of 10 damage. So down to 5. I could take the Knave out again with a Photonic Blast. But instead, I think I'm going to place another channel. Hold on to that and bring in Winter Soldier. After he attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. But he's going to thwart for 1. Then we will end your turn. Definitely going to keep that. Got an Interdiction, Spider-Woman, Out of My Way, and Sunfire. Then we'll take that up to 3. Loki's going to attack. Nick is going to defend. So it's a base 1. So 3 damage coming in. So he goes away. Then we get an encounter card. It's a minion, will face Schema 2 attack of 3, 7 health. Force response after a character attacks him, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it's a treachery, stun the attacker. And then when defeated, place 3 shatter counters on the avatar. Choose a group in your pod, then place a synergy counter on their unified front environment. Then the next one, attached to an ally you control. Otherwise, this card gains surge. Well, we've got one. Cannot attack the villain or defend against the villain's attacks. Alter ego action exhausts the attached ally. Spend a mental resource to discard this card. Cannot attack, cannot defend, but he can scheme. So we've got a love triangle between Captain Marvel, Winter Soldier, and Loki the Knave. Then back to our turn. He can attack Laufey though. So we're going to make our next card 1 cheaper. First, yeah, no. Alright. Photonic Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using an energy resource, draw a card. Do I just want to finish? No, I just want to do the 5 damage. And we draw a card into Cosmic Flight. And discard the top card here. It is a treachery, so we become stunned. Alright, then Winter Soldier is going to attack for 2, which will defeat. And he can't attack the villain or defend against the villain, can't attack the others. So after he's attacked, we discard the top card. Not a treachery, so he's fine. Then, when defeated, place 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki. Choose a group in your pod, place a synergy counter on their unified front. Ooh, I would have known that ahead of time. Hold up one sec. We're going to backtrack just a bit. I'm going to spin that to get 2 wild resources to bring in Spider-Woman. 4-2 attack, 2-2 health. After she enters play, confuse the villain. Then we have him do his attack. And that's going to put a counter there. So we're all good. And since he defeated an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Then Captain Marvel's going to attack to get rid of stunned. Spider-Woman will attack for 2. I hate to get rid of Sunfire, but I'm just going to discard him to get a counter. And end her turn. Actually, take that back. We'll go ahead and spin that and play Sunfire. 4 to 1 attack for 2/2 health. After you play him from your hand, we can spend an energy resource to choose an attachment with the text hero action or response and discard it. Not a thing. But we will use him to attack for 2. Now, end your turn. And draw 5. So get a Haymaker, a counter card. Shuffle up and get 3. And why am I seeing yellow in there? Yes, that should have been discarded over there. All right, get a Genius. Turn my deck upside down because that's the way I like to draw them. Interdiction, Haymaker, and some Strength. Add one up there. He swings for 1. We're just going to take it. Okay, for 4. Bad call. Then get an encounter card. Puppet Master. Allies cannot thwart the scheme or defend against the villain's attacks. So just 2. And a Treachery. After you resolve a Treachery, deal damage to your identity and a damage to an ally you control. Discard an upgrade or support you control. It's going to be Alpha Flight. No cards were discarded this way. Gain Surge. Then we take a damage. And Winter Soldier gets knocked out of this love triangle. And back to our turn. We are going to spend an energy to heal and draw a card. Out of my way. And we're going to do a Crisis Interdiction. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. We are not aerial, so we don't get the additional ability, but at least we get rid of that. Spider-Woman is going to thwart for 2. Sunfire is going to attack for 1. Which defeats him, which puts 5 counters, so there's 8. Then we go through this thing again. Oh, we flip him over. Choose a group in your pod to get 1 to their domineering force environment. And that one is when a friendly character attacks, remove 1 to add 4. And we're dealing 8 damage, so down to 5. Back up to 15 health. And now we've got 2 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get the Miscreant, scheme of 1, attack of 2. After you resolve a Treachery, place a threat on the main scheme and 1 threat on a side scheme. And we get an encounter card. So we just need to defeat him to take care of that. We're going to spin that, make our next card 1 cheaper. to yell, "Get out of my way," to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Then we will attack for 1, 2, 5, 9, down to 3. And flip over, use that ability to draw a card into an uppercut. And end your turn. Wrong color. Okay. So I'm going to discard the uppercut. Get a Photonic Blast, Relentless Assault, Power of Aggression, Out of My Way, and another Photonic Blast. We get 1 threat. He goes to Scheme, loses Confused. Get another encounter card. First one, I've got a buddy with Guard. 2 health, Scheme of 0, attack of 1. When defeated, the defeating player discards the top card of the encounter deck. If the card is a treachery, deal buddy to that player as a face-down encounter card. But the Guard is not cool. And then, the Mangog. Scheme of 3, attack of 4, 10 health. Any player in your pod can attack him. When defeated, each group in your pod places 3 shatter counters on the avatar of Loki and a synergy on one of their synergy environments. Alright, so back to our turn. We are going to draw a card into Tigra. I'll do a Photonic Blast to deal 5 damage to an enemy. Then we'll do a Relentless Assault with Overkill, which isn't going to matter, but it's the 5 damage that does, which takes care of him. Then we get 3 shatter counters up here. And we can put a synergy counter on one of our environments. So we'll put that there. Oops. Do need to be a hero to do that. Then we're going to attack for 1, 2, 5, 9 with Overkill, and that's going to take care of Loki. We're going to get 5 more counters, which is 8, and that takes care of the God of Lies. So Captain Marvel, even with the limited card pool, was more than enough to take care of God of Lies in Standard. As always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.